Now we can. Okay, when I was first asked to contribute to Pecha Kucha on collaboration, I had three thoughts. Firstly, I balked at the theme. As early as this week, I've been called a strong personality, and that means I can't collaborate. My second thought, my lightning bolt moment, was when I realised that everything I do is collaborate. Every single day is sharing and deep listening. My third thought is I will obviously need to collaborate. And by the spin of the dice of my privilege, that's what finds me on this stage today. The lesson is open the door, let others through. So this is why I've invited Paula Maki to join us on the stage as my collaborator. Paula and I work together with Sam Boone on our live music development program for Ballarat, Be Here Now. The main goal of our Be Here Now program is to find, foster, develop live music artists within the Ballarat region. We choose the talent worth watching. That means we work out what kinds of support they need to thrive, and means we provide them with mentoring, training, education, and it finishes often with show and performances. And we've been doing this for about 4 years now.
Hi everyone, I'm Paula. I'm a local music maker and I'm very honoured to be here. So Tara and I, we want to take you through the mission, the magic and the mistakes that sort of come with working on a project like Be Here Now. So firstly, the mission is our guiding purpose, what we're setting out to do. The magic is when everything clicks and when things are falling into place. And then of course the mistakes are when things go awry and things don't work out as planned.
So the mission of Be Here Now is to secure a collection of really passionate music makers, provide them with all the kinds of opportunities to help them achieve their own goals. It's a really powerful program. Its intention is to listen closely to what music makers want, what they're looking for, ask them to leave their ego at the door, and to basically give more than they take.
So with our current model, we try to select 5 artists from a variety of genres, and then we try to collaborate with them to work out what they need and what their goals are. And then from there, we try to sort of secure training opportunities to either advance an existing project or sort of get something kicking off the ground. And that usually happens at the end of the year. It sort of culminates in a festival where it's a big showcase and a celebration of local talent.
So magic of Be Here Now for me is absolutely, I get to be a proud mum every single time. So 2021, you had Juno Mumba and Lattes were part of our cohort, and 2024, they're releasing new albums. Both of them look on Ballarat as a place where they made their unique sound. The other magic for me is actually just sitting back and watching the connections being made. I get to be restored to a better idea of myself and the fact that the city is a creative place to be. And I'm consistently shown that clever people are an inspiration and absolutely not a threat. This image shows a 24 cohort spending time with Frank Titaz, who was actually used to work with Gautier.
I think for me, the magic is when I can see artists receive something tangible that they can use to advance their careers, because there's so many really confusing pathways for musicians these days. So in 2021, artists receive a series of live showcases where they got to record their performance videos. In 2023, the city was lit up with a series of live showcases in weird and wonderful places. And then this year, local talent got to share a big stage with well-known Australian musicians. For me also, I think the magic happens when I can see local people recognise the potential and start to get ambitious. So whether they're just starting out or they've been creating for a long time, the magic for me is when the practitioners believe that the creative work they do is valued and appreciated by the city.
Now the mistakes. Where to begin? What even is a mistake on a project like Be Here Now? What constitutes failure when in the end outcomes of a project like this are something that won't come to fruition for another couple of years? These mistakes were real, and they did actually have real-time implications. The first mistake we made was in 24, just this year. We put our own needs first. We made assumptions about our audience, about the cohort, about the way that we consume music. We changed something that wasn't broken. We actually took the small and intimate places where we were celebrating Be Here Now and we swapped them out for a large empty hall. And then we spent too long trying to work out how to make the large empty hall work for us and not for everyone else. The next mistake's pretty hard to talk about. When artists themselves don't collaborate with our team, don't put the right energy into the program, we don't get the outcomes. So one of the key findings is simple: don't be a dick.
I think one of the big challenges for me and one of the mistakes I made was I had a lot of trouble transferring ideas that we talked about in the council office with our red tape and spreadsheets onto the ground where the practitioners were actually doing the real thing. So I think a lot of important details were lost in translation because I assumed that the other local artists around me would be just like me because we came from the same place, but actually we have very different needs and interests. And another thing, Tara once told me that when you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one because you're spreading yourself thin. So at times I was trying to meet everyone's expectations and running around. And then there were times where artists didn't feel like they could really be honest with me. So then they were trying to please me and they weren't being honest about what they thought they really wanted or what they thought they needed. So then I thought one of my biggest lessons that I thought every mistake was going to be a complete failure. So I saw sometimes any part of the project that didn't work, I thought it would be like a complete mistake. So I got a bit of a panic when I saw that our empty hall was a lot to work with. But I learned that it's more about testing things and figuring out what doesn't work. So next time you sort of know what to adjust, and that only comes with collaborating and talking to others.
So, Be Here Now is here to stay because we're always looking to the future. Culture has changed, we've got to accept that, and including the way we interact and make live music. So we learn from our own mistakes and we make sure we get every collaboration right. We go back to the makers of music, back to the lovers of live venues, we ask them what they need and spend time actually listening to their answers.
I think for me, Be Here Now has been an amazing opportunity to grow in the arts sector because I've been able to collaborate with more experienced professionals, and it's been like a hands-on training thing for me. And it's given me a clearer view of the industry that I'm part of and the people that I work with. And I've gained these skills that I think might have a real impact on where I take my career next. So we're looking at Be Here Now 2025, and I'm feeling confident that I've learned enough that I might be able to nail some things this year.
Future of collaboration is getting out of the way. There are a few opportunities for makers and artists. My role is a privilege, and so I have to facilitate new voices to have their moment and provide spaces for them to get into the room. And this is Jet. She just did a photo shoot with me today, but I had to work around her VCEs.
I think, as cliche as it sounds, like Tara asked me what I think the future of arts is about, and it is about collaborating, but I think it's about trying weird things, like throwing stuff at a wall, trying weird shit, seeing what works, because I think there's all these things like coming up against us all the time. And it's true that the way that we create art will change, but the desire to share it doesn't. So you've got to just switch it up and throw everything at a wall, and hopefully we can find a way that it can work again together.